Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are doing safe at your home. So what we are doing, we are doing our civics chapter number 1, which is on equality. And in the last class, what we have discussed about other kinds of inequality. That means the life story of Om Prakash Valmiki, who was a Dalit, life story of Mr. and Mrs. Qureshi. Then we have discussed about the dignity of Mr. and Mrs. Qureshi and equality in Indian democracy, in which we have studied that what all provisions are laid down in our Indian constitution and what steps are required by the normal people of the country so that we can maintain the equality in the society. In today's class, what we are going to read about the issue of equality is not only a problem, a issue in the India. In fact, it is in the other democracies, other country also. So let us study about the problems of equality which was there in United States of America. So what happened in the America? हम लोगों ने जब Martin Luther King पढ़ा था, then also we have discussed that Africans were brought from the Africa. उनको खरीद लेते थे, they were bought and brought in the America. तो उनको वहां पर as a slaves, they were treated as a slaves in the अमेरिका. सो वहीं से ही what happened, वहीं से ही जब slavery थी वहां पर, वहीं से ही what happened कि हमेशा जो अफ्रीकन्स थे, जो black people थे, they always have been looked down by the white Americans. ही African Americans were looked down upon by the white Americans. Why? What was the reason? Because the ancestors of the African Americans were slaves who were brought to America from the Africa, I told you. So, what happened? उनके साथ इतना discrimination किया जाता था. What kind of discrimination? See, African Americans were allowed only to sit at the back of the buses. उनको हमेशा ना allowed नहीं होता था कि वो front seats पे बैठे. They were allowed to sit at the back. And if any American comes, अगर कोई American आ जाता है, that means white person, so they need to stand, they need to give their seats to them. But one day, what happened? This lady, you can see this lady, she is Rosa Parks. She is Rosa Parks. On December 1st, 1955, Rosa Parks, an African American, refused to stand as she was very tired. वो इतनी थकी हुई थी, उसने कि मना कर दिया कि I will not stand. और उसका रिजल्ट क्या हुआ? That the Americans insulted her, they humiliated her. उसको उन्होंने बहुत परेशान किया. So what happened? What happened? Her such small action gave rise to civil rights movement. अब civil rights movement वहाँ पर छिड़ गया. And in 1964, where all the Africans came together, all the Africans came together, they started that movement, and in 1964 the Civil Rights Act was passed, which banned the discrimination on the basis of race, that means color, religion and national origin in USA. जिसने जितनी भी discrimination थी, this Civil Rights Act said that there should be no discrimination about the black and the white people. Also, it said that the schools will be open for all the kids, whether they are black or they are white, they are African or they are American, they all the children can go to the school. So see, in such a big powerful country, there was the problems of equality, है ना, धीरे धीरे करके पास हुआ. Just like that in India also, that being a democratic country, the equality was a national issue. So see, our country faces some challenges. Why? Because the democracy is there. So democracy is there. तो देखो यहाँ पर सबसे लेफ्ट पे लिखा है economic inequality. That means there is a wide gap between the poor and the rich. Then the poverty, then the gender discrimination. देख रहे हो सब inequality है. Casteism is again inequality. ये देखो social inequality, right? So there are so many problems in a democratic country जो उनको face करनी होती है, because the government has given, see, the constitution has laid down that there are following rules, there are following laws, that every person has to be treated equally. But is it actually happening? No, that is the problem in democratic countries, that this is not actually happening here. So struggles for इक्वालिटी, तो इस इक्वालिटी के लिए एज वी हैव रेड इन दैट यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स ऑफ अमेरिका में हमने पढ़ा दैट रोजा पार्क वर द लेडी एंड देन मार्टिन लूथर किंग टेक ओवर दैट movement and he fought for the civil rights, just like that. What struggles we have been doing in India? Though the government has given the equality, but all the ideals of principle are severely violated. That means, though the government has given, government ने हमको दे दिया है कि these are the rights and equality should be there, but it is not actually there. The rights, the government's laws have been violated, इनको तोड़ा जाता है. The reasons for inequality, reasons क्या क्या होते हैं, किस बेसिस पे हम unequally, हम discrimination करते हैं किसी के साथ. Poverty can be the reason, like someone is poor so you do not talk to him or her. Religion, caste and gender, so these are the major reasons why they have been treated unequal. Then one more struggle for equality was the privatization. Privatization ने equality को कैसे इफेक्ट कर दिया? First of all, you all should know what is privatization. See, earlier what was happening, all the facilities, whether it was education facility, whether it was medical facility, everything was under the government. So government was keeping the financial prices and everything for that. But जब privatization आ गया, जैसे for example I'm telling you, जैसे education, earlier there was only government schools, सिर्फ government schools में ही पढ़ाई होती थी. Government used to open the schools, है ना, just all the kids, all the children used to go in the government school. But now what happened is, after the privatization, there are private schools also and there are government schools also. So private schools, because private means कि someone individually is managing that. Government has no rule in that. So when the privatization comes, so some people, like I have opened my school and now I am running my own school. I am giving the better facilities so that more kids come to my school, right? So now how much I will charge? Of course, I will charge because I'm giving more facilities if I compare to the government school. So I am charging a lot of amount, right? So what will happen? Will the poor kids come to my school? No. So what effects there in the society? Lack of welfare. Lack of welfare means अगर गवर्नमेंट काम करती तो गवर्नमेंट पूरी अपनी कंट्री को, अपने कंट्री के लोगों को सोच के ही काम करती. बट नाउ व्हाट हैपेंड, बिकॉज एवरीथिंग वाज प्राइवेटाइज्ड, not everything, railways are not privatized till now. So lack of welfare, agar koi person, suppose I am opening my own school, so I would think about more and more admissions come to my school and I earn more and more more and more money. I will not think about the welfare of the society. Then the class struggle, which I just told you, ki poor students, those who belongs to a poor family, they won't be able to come to the private schools. The same with the same with the health also. Earlier there was government hospitals, but now there are private hospitals. तो क्या poor person private hospitals में जा सकते हैं जहाँ डॉक्टर की कंसल्टेशन ही 500 रुपए हो? हाँ, yes. So here comes the increase in inequality, or you can say widening gap between the rich and the poor. जो rich और poor है उनके बीच में क्या हो गया? Gap बढ़ता ही चला गया. Ignores the weaker section. Weaker section means वही the poor section, the one who cannot afford the private things. उनको ignore feel होने लग गया कि they cannot do that. So these are the negative effects. So some people stand out in the crowd, लेकिन इस पूरी भीड़ में से कुछ लोग खड़े हुए for their efforts in restoring and working for equality and justice in the society. कुछ लोगों को लगा कि no, we should fight against what are the things going wrong in the society. So they were respected and followed by millions of the people. And who are the people? Few of the examples are there, like Mahatma Gandhi, who fought for the inequality in South Africa, Nelson Mandela, who fought against the apartheid in South Africa. And apartheid we have already discussed, right? In class 5, it is regarding the black and white person. Then B.R. Ambedkar, who fought for the equality and justice for the Dalits. इन्होंने Dalits, which we have already discussed that it is a lower caste, so they have fought for the equality in the society. There are some other struggles in the society also, like what, like the government has decided that in this area, in this hilly area, because some development is required, right? See, first is development programs in hilly and the forest area. So if some development is required, तो वो गरीब लोग जो वहाँ पे रह रहे थे, whether they are living in slums या अपने झोपड़ियाँ बना के रह रहे थे, what will happen? They have to relocate from there. उनको अपना वहां से घर छोड़ के और उनको कहीं और जाना पड़ेगा. So they need to relocate themselves. So is it easy for them to relocate? गवर्नमेंट ने तो अपना एक प्रोग्राम बना दिया कि here some developments are required, like construction of big dams. Do you know what are the dams? Dams हम सबको पता है, which are made to produce the electricity, hydroelectricity we can say. So when a dam is constructed, it includes a lot of land, right? It includes a lot of property. ऐसा नहीं है कि पानी में जाके पानी के बैरियर्स लगा दिए तो dam is constructed. No, where they will put the machines who will convert the electricity, who will convert the energy into the electricity. So there's a lot of things which are involved in construction of dams. So अब जब ये construction of dams हुआ, so what will happen? The same thing will happen. The poor or the weaker section of the society is also ignored because the government has declared that they will make a dam here. But what about the people, those who are living there? Maybe some villages involved in it. So what about the villagers, those who were living there? They have to relocate themselves, they have to leave their home, and they have to start their life again with a new place, सब कुछ नया. Construction of new colonies, railway tracks, roads and bridges. So whenever any construction is there, the same thing happened. The poor or the weaker section, वहां से उनको उठ के चले जाना पड़ता है. So if a person is rich, it is easy for them to shift. उसके लिए तो easy है ना shift करना, उसके पास तो बहुत सारे पैसे हैं, वो वहां से relocate करेगा किसी नई जगह पे, and he'll buy a new house and he'll live happily. But what about the poor person जिनके पास properly they are not that much good sound that they can earn their living? So what they will do? So it's a big problem for them because they have to start their living again. They have to make their new house. They have to start earning from a very new, and उनको पता नहीं है अब यहाँ पर नई जगह पे आके काम क्या करें. They have to look for their kids कि अपने kids को कैसे स्कूल में डालना है, क्या करना है. तो उनके लिए तो बिल्कुल ही पूरी लाइफ चेंज हो जाती है. So there are so many things that are involved in the equality. One more thing that we will read in the next class. So for today, thank you so much for listening to me.